Weight loss stalls on GLP-1 medications, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, Saxenda, Trulicity. Hopefully we'll be seeing Retatrutide soon. I got this question today from Abby. Are they common? Have I gotten one? Unfortunately, yes. First of all, Miss Abby, congratulations. 20 pounds is huge. Let's take a second and celebrate Abby. The whitest white person dance ever imaginable is the finger point. It needs to be celebrated. Okay, let's get into it. Stalls. Do they happen? Yes. To other people, not to us, right? We're different. That's honestly the mentality I went into this with. First shot, January 9th of this year, and now we're in the middle of May. I've lost 70 pounds, and I haven't had a stall. I was doing everything right. So I thought. So from April 5th to May 2nd, I lost 3.2 pounds. For me, completely unacceptable. Because in my mind, I was doing absolutely everything right. Everything. I was tracking my calories. I was getting in water. Now, was I getting in 128 ounces of water? I was not. I was getting in protein. Was I getting in my goal body weight times 0.8? I was not. I stalled. And I couldn't figure it out. I needed the math to math. That calories in, calories out. My calories are low, pretty damn low. And I couldn't wrap my head around it, because we've been told that 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of weight loss. I can do the math. I'm tracking every morsel of food that I eat and put into my body, and it's just the math isn't mathing. I almost got to the point where I was contemplating the normal things that you contemplate. Do I need to up my dose? Well, my satiety was super high. I was not hungry. So why should I increase my dose, right? It has to be something else. It's not a magic shot. It's not a magic formulation. There has to be some reason why I am not losing weight. Make me understand. And I was getting beyond frustrated, and I almost got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to F it. I'm just going to increase my dose. I don't want to decrease my calories. I don't feel like decreasing my calories would have been safe. Hooked up with a company called Body Spec, and I'm getting monthly DEXA scans, and that gave me a little bit more insight into my actual metabolic rate. My calculation online for my basal metabolic rate was 1,934. When I got my actual medical DEXA scan, my DEXA scan said my metabolic rate was 1,552. It's a great insight, but it's still not solving the problem here. By the way, if you live in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Dallas, or Austin, and you would like to get your own DEXA scan, they're $39 a month and take 7 minutes of your time. They have them in your major city and the surrounding metropolitan cities, and I will link their website below. Even though I had my DEXA scan information, which was super valuable information, it still wasn't explaining, because I don't want to decrease my calories. So it's still not explaining why I am not losing weight. Why it can't just be a stall is a stall and that's it. There has to be some kind of reason. I stumbled upon this podcast, and it changed my entire thinking about my journey and everything that I thought I knew, because I thought I was pretty knowledgeable and I thought I was doing really, really well on my journey. And you know what? I was, and I am. But I wanted to understand why I was stalling. The simple answer of, it's just a stall, it happens. For me, for my personality, it just doesn't work. So I stumbled upon this guy, and I probably listened to this podcast in my house, no joke, probably like 10 times, and it's 3 hours long. It just plays in my house. There's not music anymore. There's just this dude talking about muscles and weights, and it was I will link his podcast below so you can listen to it in its entirety if you want to, But this is the part that started to make things click a little better in my brain.
Almost everybody who's ever tried to lose weight has probably tried that approach. They've experienced the following: that initial 10-pound weight loss and then hard plateau. What happened? I'm doing 3 days or 4 days a week of this activity. I'm eating this low calorie diet. Why did I plateau? What happened? Well, what happened was your body adapted and learned how to perform and operate on the lower calories and on the calories that you're burning with that activity. And it's very, very intelligent on how it adapts to that.
It finally kind of made sense to me. And kind of the other stuff that I've heard other people say is that, well, if you want to break your stall, just go out and have McDonald's or go eat like trash or go have a really crappy fatty meal. And for me, I couldn't fathom going through a drive-through and kind of feeding what got me into this whole mess in the beginning. It just wasn't okay for me. But what did make sense is that my body had adapted. I had adapted to this lower calorie consumption because of the medication. And I had adapted to the movement that I had. And my plateau wasn't necessarily in what I had perceived a plateau to be in my head. My new understanding of it is now my body had adjusted to the lower calories, the higher movement, and it's figuring out how to survive on both of them. And we're going to move forward with that information. Okay, I can understand that. For me, that was palatable. But what do I do with it? And then he says this.
Their body's adapted. So that's essentially what we're doing when we apply the wrong strategy to try to lose weight. Our bodies quickly adapt and nothing happens. And then what we do is we try to do more of the same. Well, I guess I need to do more exercise. I guess I need to cut my calories even more. Then you lose another 7 pounds and you plateau again. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how unsustainable this is. Well, what do I end up at the end of this journey? I lost 30 pounds, but I'm eating 1,100 calories a day, and 5 days a week, I'm on the treadmill for an hour. Most people don't want to do that forever. Or if they stop for a month, everything comes back on.
It's miserable.
Miserable. So what we should do with our approach with exercise is this. What form of exercise, forget the calorie burn while I'm doing the exercise, because that's inconsequential anyway. What kind of exercise is going to do the opposite? Like what form of exercise is going to teach my body or encourage my body to adapt in a way where it becomes less efficient with calories, where it wants to burn more calories on its own, where I don't have to constantly move to try to make this happen? Well, that's strength training. Nothing does it like strength training. The process of building muscle and having the extra muscle itself. By the way, it's not just the muscle. It's also the signal to build more muscle, both of which teach my body to burn more calories.
So now everything is clicked. I'm finally grasping everything. We hear information all the time, but what sticks to the wall is different for all of us. And this stuck for me. What is the harm of trying this guy's approach, right? Not elaborating on the situation, just trying it. I lose another week. I've already lost a month. So I decided for me, this is the right approach and this is what I'm going to do. Increase my water intake to 128 ounces per day. I took my goal weight, 150 pounds times 0.8 is 120 grams of protein. So now I've increased my protein to 120 grams per day. And now I've incorporated strength training. And almost immediately, within days of like my first time my muscles hurt, within days, the scale started to move. And the first couple of days, it moved quite like rapidly. It was like, oh, my body was like holding on to all this aggressive, what are you doing to us? like energy. And it started to move again in a very healthy way. And that's how I curve my style. Now I have a weird situation. On a full disclaimer, on a personal note, I have a C6, C7, and C4 impingement. I am not allowed to do strength training. I can't even do leg presses. You think that your legs are not connected to your spine, or at least I would have thought that would have been acceptable. I can't do that. And even simple stuff could send me into a point. And because I've been on the Tirzepatide, or since I started taking the Tirzepatide, my pain level went from daily pain pills, high dose pain pills, to nothing. I'm sleeping, knock on wood. Nothing. I'm sleeping in a bed again for the first time in a year. So I'm not going to mess with that because sleep is also very important to this journey. And sleep is also very important to your mental health. And I wasn't going to go down that very dark rabbit hole again. So I needed to figure it out. So I hooked up with a company called Catalyst, and it's a full body EMS suit. It's just a whole almost BDSM like looking contraption. I strap into this thing and you charge up the unit. You have your iPad there, and I'm able in the comfort of my living room to put on this suit and just simply just go like this, and it's doing full, and I'm like, I am struggling in this thing, and able to do a full body intensive like full muscle contraction workout in only 20 minutes. I'll have full videos on that pretty soon, but that changed my life. That is what I believe broke my stall, and that is why I believe that I am going to be, not even believe, I straight up am going to crush this journey. There is literally zero doubt in my mind that I will be super successful on this, Abby, and you will too. I thank you very much for your questions. If you guys made it this far in the video, if you could just do me a favor and like and subscribe this very small little channel that I have, I would really appreciate it and would really help my spirits, because my channel is so little that I really do read every single comment. If you have a question, feel free to ask away, and I might do a video on it and answer your question. But till next time, that's a T on GLP. How corny was that? That's a T on GLP. Can we do like all like weird? That's a T on GLP. That's a T on GLP. That was like a little creepy, right? All right, bye.